Hello everybody, Captain VFC here, today looking at something which has made me a little bit excited. I mean, you could say that because we enjoy this hobby, we should be excited at pretty much everything that we make, but this one is a little bit special. It is, of course, the de Havilland Mosquito. As you can see here, it's the FB6/NF Mark II version. It's from Tamiya, and relatively unusually for me, it's in 1/48 scale. As regular viewers will doubtless know, I'm quite a fan of the de Havilland Tiger Moth and other Moth series. However, what you may not know is that I'm just as big a fan of the Mosquito. Back in Easter 2024, I visited the de Havilland Aircraft Museum, which is just off the M25 north of London. It's not the first time that I've been there, but it is the first since they've done a lot of work with new hangars and things, and there are 3 Mosquitoes in the same hangar, and it is a sight to behold. And as a memento of this, as a souvenir of this, I bought this kit. Their model selection in the model shop is fairly limited because it's quite a small shop, but seeing this just felt particularly appropriate. And this sticker here is actually their ticket. They give you a sticker on the day to confirm that you've paid, and I stuck it on the box well, I needed somewhere to put it, so that's why that is there. And as you can see, the price that I paid for it is £28.99. So we're going to start with a little look at the box and then of course the contents. You've got the Tamiya logo over the left, as well as the scale, the fact that it's series number 62, or aircraft series number 62. It gives you the dimensions here, and I can't read what that says, but I'm guessing it probably says Mosquito FB Mark 6/NF Mark II. That is, of course, what the English down here is. FB referring to fighter bomber, NF referring to night fighter. You have a little bit of gumph down there. Modelling skills helpful if under 10 years of age. If you're over 10 years of age, modelling skills will not be helpful, apparently. And you have this beautiful artwork on the box which shows the FB Mark 6, I was going to say in action, but it's flying. It's got bombs on it. It looks rather nice indeed. On this edge we have some stuff in a language I cannot read, and we have one of the colour schemes, or at least I assume one of the schemes included, which is an FB Mark 6 of number 143 Squadron. That's the relatively bland two-tone grey, darker grey on top, lighter grey on the bottom. It's interesting, it's a Mosquito, but it's not the most colourful. Here we have a copyright date of 1998, and it says it's made in the Philippines. We will do a check on ScaleMates later on in the video to see how that copyright date stacks up. On the other long edge we have the NF Mark II, which is in an overall black scheme for number 157 Squadron, and some more information that I can't decipher, as well as, of course, a barcode. The shop edges are the same with the type of plane there, a blue bar on the bottom, number 62, no new information on there, and that's what's over the other side. And being a top opening box, there is nothing but blank cardboard on the back. So let's, I'm excited. Let's open it up and see what you get. So doing this in reverse order, we have this Tamiya Tech Tips sheet, which just gives you a little bit of help with how to build a model if you are new to it. Shake, shake, shake your booty, by which I mean your aerosol can. Tells you how to remove some metal stuff as well. So just a nice handy hints and tips guide. It's not something that I particularly need in my life, but there we go. Oh, also, should probably mention the bottom of the box, or sorry, the inside of the box has all of this information in it, which is just your general alerts. Read carefully and fully understand the manufacturer's instructions. Basically read, don't just jump into it assuming you know what you're doing. We're then going to go for, like, this is a separate piece of paper. This is scheme A, which is the one on the box, FB Mark 6 of 487 Squadron, EGT. It is, of course, as you can see, in black and white, which isn't ideal. Thankfully it's only a 3-colour scheme, but it would be much nicer if this were in colour. On the back we have a small scheme B and scheme C, and this hybrid, apparently, half upside down, half right way up Mossie there. Oh, and down there as well, you just can't tell as well because it's black, but there we go. All of these are going back in the box, that's why I flipped it upside down. It allows me to put things back in the same order that I got them in. This looks nice. the Havilland Mosquito FB Mk.VI NF2, or NF Mark II. This is bigger painting instructions. So you have little painting instructions. Oh, actually what you have is you have little decal placement instructions, strictly speaking. Yes, it tells you what colour to paint things, but you've really just got decal placement. Here you've got the actual painting instructions, showing you clearly the camouflage pattern without decals getting in the way. That's rather nice, isn't it? And I also note something that I do quite like. Some brands don't do it, and in fact I'm pretty sure I've got Tamiya kits that don't. It tells you medium C grey. So if you're going to use just Tamiya colours, AS10, whereas if you're going to use your own brand, such as my Hataka paints or Vallejo Model Air or something, you can find the one that's labelled Ocean Grey or Dark Green or Medium Sea Grey. That is a very nice feature, and there is nothing on the back. I wonder if we're going to get that for... logically we won't get it for the other two, because the other two are just single colour ones. Right, so we've got the instruction booklet, and inside here we have the decals. I'm going to take them out, we will look at them next. This is the instruction booklet. We have some basic information again as per the box, and we have a little bit of history about the Mosquito in English, German, French, and I assume Japanese. I could confirm if it's Japanese or not. I can ask the other half, because she can speak it. And then she'll give me an answer in Japanese, and I'll have no idea what that means, and I'll be none the wiser. And here we have some more safety instructions. So we've got a lot of read before assembly in this. They definitely want to make sure you don't accidentally glue yourself to the wall. And a little highlight snapshot of the three schemes. We've obviously already seen them, but if you've just opened it for the first time, that's what you get. And construction, well, it begins with the engine nacelles, apparently. And if you go to page 2, it then goes to step 19. So what you actually need to do is open out incredibly long and stupid instructions. There we go. Look at that. And of course, it's double-sided as well. Not the most user-friendly. I'd rather than just do a booklet. This is now going to be flopping about all over the place. Rather grim. Anyway, you've got different options for the exhausts, I assume. And then you've got the wing underside. You've got some clear parts to go in from. Is it from the outside or the inside? From the inside. So just be aware of that. I'm not going to talk about every single step along here. Just going to see if there's anything that stands out. Anything that's worth talking about. Wing assembly. You've got some holes to drill out by the looks of it. It says there for part C. My arm is aching from having to hold this so that it doesn't flap around and hit everything. A bit impractical. Then we have fiendishly complicated undercarriage. It's not that bad. It's sturdy. It's not that complicated. Being Tamiya, this looks fairly easy to follow. It's not exactly a glue chair to cockpit floor. Step 2, glue rest of plane together. Yeah, so it breaks it down quite a lot. Oh, here we go. Look, step 8, and we're now working on the cockpit. That's weird. I don't know if I like that. And you got the cannon or machine guns. I can't remember which one's which. It's got 4 cannon in the nose and 4 machine guns in the nose, and I can't remember which way around they go. One of them's in the belly a little bit, and the other one is in the actual front, the actual nose itself. Some, what I assume is, I say what I assume, a transmitter and a receiver. It literally tells you what it is. That's really nice as well. Telling you, look, there's the magazine, there's the remove. Oh no, that's not right. You get the idea. It's telling you what things are. I quite like that. It helps you learn, doesn't it? If you're not as technically minded, it's nice and helpful. And we have a seat. It looks like we've got a decal for the seat belt, and that's the cockpit coming together nicely. There's the bomb bay, which you can even put bombs in if you want. So I'm guessing you can have bomb bay doors open. You have pilots. Well, pilot. That's that fella. And the navigator. That's a nice admission, isn't it? If you're the sort of person that likes building your planes with pilots in, well, Tamiya are there for you. And that's gluing them in. He's missing an arm, so you have to glue it in there, but never mind. Oh, and it tells you, look, that's how you fit him in. Slide him in. Lovely stuff. Fuselage goes together on step 15. Ah, there we go. Look, it's the machine guns in the bottom. It's the cannon right in the nose. That's the way that I would have guessed. Doors, you need to cut them if you want them open. If you want to do them closed, you don't have to worry about it. Apparently, might be nice to have them open. I haven't decided really. Oh, and you can have the door open as well. I like that. A lot of variety, a lot of options. Giving you options is better than telling you how to make a kit. Giving you the option to have it with the canopy open, or in this case the door open, the bomb bay open. I really like that. And because we've already assembled the wings by this stage, the wing units all get together. Step 19, we've got, oh god, loads of decals in the canopy. Oh, I hate that. Oh dear. I don't like putting decals on clear parts. And then we have propeller assemblies, wing tips, which, are they clear? Is Spruce clear stuff? I can't, no it's not. I know that Airfix in their 72nd one made that whole piece clear. And then 21, I'm guessing is more or less the end of the plane, because the only step left is 22, which is fitting the ladder. Well, there we go. Down here we have some painting instructions in yes, and then it's obviously in other languages as well, and for Japanese use only. Don't know what it is because it's in Japanese, but if there's something you need, it must be the service card, but if there's something you need and you're in Japan, you can get it. If you're not, you can't. And now, okay, the decals are in a stapled bag. I don't like opening them very early because you're then risking them being scratched, which is obviously not ideal. But I'm going to, so as long as I can get around those staples. Yeah, put the staples on that side. Oh god. Okay, the staples grabbing the paper, right. Here we go. And there we are. Now, some people have said that Tamiya decals are a bit thick. I don't know if I necessarily agree to that. There's definitely thinner out there, but I don't think they're unusable or anything. Look at that. Interior instrument panel. It's actually not quite as finessed as I would expect for 48th. We've got a copyright date on here as well of 1998, so at least that matches the box. The small writing down here does appear to be legible, and despite being 1/48th, we don't have a mountain of stencils. We mostly just have insignia and a few basic warnings, and of course the seat belts. I'm now going to put those back in the instructions where in theory they will be relatively safe, and we can move on to the plastic parts, which comprise of 1, 2, 3, 4 bags of dark grey sprues and 1 bag of clear sprues. What I'll do, we're going to look through here first. I'm not going to open it because I don't like scratching clear plastic parts. They've gone to the effort of wrapping it separately to try and prevent damage. I'm not going to ruin that by opening it. You'll have to tune into the build video to see what the quality is like. Certainly through the bag looks absolutely fine. I can't see any blemishes, I can't see any flash. Everything there looks pretty good. Yeah, there's even some rivet detail on the main canopy. But still, like I say, we will fully assess that at a later date. What I'm going to do now is open up all these bags, get out all the sprues, and go through them and see what we have. Whilst separately wrapping sprues may not be the best for the environment because of the sheer waste that it creates, it does at least, in theory, keep the plastic from scratching against each other and bits falling off and getting lost and whatever. Still, that's only a benefit if it actually works. So let's have a look. Let's go through. This is just a miscellaneous order. This is just the pile that I took them out of the bags. Let's just have a look. I'm going to move them from here, put them into the box. We're going to work our way through them, and then we're going to have a little talk about this kit on scale mates and prices and things like that. So firstly, we have Sprue G. And the first thing I'm drawn to is whatever this bit of instrument panel is below, because that has beautiful detail. That is fantastic. And then right below that, you've got the nose with some rivet detail on the joint. I'm guessing that this kit was tooled to make multiple Mossie options. This sprue, oh, there's also Sprue H attached. This sprue has a nose for guns. I'm sure that if you wanted to do a bomber version, you could just change this sprue, maybe another one. And there we go. This is the magazines that were mentioned in the instructions. This is some rudder, oh god, this is a mistake. We have the instrument panel there, the main instrument panel. Obviously, as we've seen, there's a decal for that. And this is the rudder pedals, that's what I was going to say before I nearly threw everything on the floor. There's the interior of the nose, the Bombay. We've even got tiny rivet detail on this bulkhead. There's obviously the main floor. Don't know if you can tell, but there is no flash. There are no blemishes. There is nothing bad about this from what I can see. And down here, we've got another copyright date, and it also says 1998. So it looks like Tamiya have put... Oh, I take it back. I was going to say it looks like they've put the correct copyright date and everything, but this says 2000. What that could mean is that what I'm saying about them being different versions is correct, but they've originally told the initial aircraft in 98. I don't know. We'll see. Yep, so far, so good. One sprue down, no problems. Here we have Sprue E. And does this have a separate name? No, this doesn't. This appears to be the same sprue. We have big, chunky undercarriage legs. That's not a derogatory phrase for it, that's just correct. They are big and chunky and they look lovely. I'm guessing this sprue is exactly the same because generally speaking with a Mosquito you would. It is indeed. They are both Sprue E. It just makes sense given that they are symmetrical. Here are the tyres. Nice fat tyres. Got to support the absolute beauty that is the Mosquito. You've got some rockets. Yes. Nice, they've got no ends to them which are moulded separately, that's fine, I like that. Multiple propeller blades because of course, as you can see, there's two on each. You've got the thicker ones and the thinner ones. I can't remember off the top of my head which one is which, as in what they're called. It's one of those things that I know quite a lot about the Mosquito, and I probably would, if I wasn't filming, be able to tell you all the differences between the marks. But the moment there's a camera on, your brain sort of just rots a little bit. And I could say, oh yeah, look, that's the Havilland blade there, and it'll be the complete wrong way around. And somebody online will go, ah, you useless idiot. And I'll go, yeah. So I'm saving you the time of calling me out for being an idiot by just saying, I can't remember. Anyway, I've noticed, and it took a while, a tiny, what I think may be flash, but actually no, maybe it isn't. No, the hub down here, the spinner, has this little curve on it, but actually all three sides have that. So I'm thinking that is just part of the shape. There's the bombs, if you want bombs on it. This is Sprue C, and it's comprised of wings. Look at that, it's a wing. The Mosquito, being built predominantly of wood, does not have a big load of rivets all over it. There are metal sections, such as the engine nacelles, so there'll be rivets joining various components together, but on the whole, mostly quite a smooth aircraft. You can see, however, the detail that they have included on it is incredibly fine. In fact, it's so fine, I'm wondering if that's going to just go with the first coat of paint. On the main wing, it's not too bad, but on the control surfaces here, that's so fine, you can barely see it. Even when I rub my finger over it, you barely feel most of it. We'll see. Might not be a kit to just get your biggest, thickest brush out and just slap a load of paint on. Maybe avoid doing that. Now we have the tops of the wings on Sprue B. And you can see here the size of this. Obviously it's 1/48th and I'm used to 1/72nd, so it's going to be big either way. But the main piece, just shy of 15 centimetres, that's 6 inches in old money, or half a weasel in American, or whatever, I don't know. Whatever freedom unit you want to use today. We have the other parts of the tail, wings, and yes, actually nice thick rivets on here, and they're raised rivets. Some of them are recessed, so the ones on the tail wings are recessed, and then these ones around the fuel tanks and engine mounts, they're raised. I won't offer an opinion as to what is better, I will let you decide because it is incredibly subjective. And now we have Sprue D. We're nearly there. I've already forgotten how many this was. It's a total of 8 grey sprues. We have just the engine nacelles and tail wheel and a few other components like the exhausts and tanks, but nothing major on this. We have some internal detail. and the engine nacelles, which is where the undercarriage goes. That's the undercarriage bay. Very smart indeed. And finally, we have sprue A. And this is, of course, where the fuselage is, and the pilote and navigator. Ah, look at that, he's holding a map. He's probably the pilot then. That was a joke, in case anyone didn't know. This is the inside of the bomb bay, so you've got fuel tanks in there. And we have the transmitter and receiver, so that, you know, the radio equipment. We have a seat, other cockpit controls. There's more controls. There's another instrument panel of some sort. There's a lot, basically. I mean, as you'd expect, it's 48th. Rather nice, isn't it? This also has, I saw it a minute ago, also has a copyright date of 1998. Absolutely bloomin' marvellous. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Pilot? He doesn't look as excited as he should be. He gets to fly a Mosquito. Smile, you bastard. According to Scalemates then, this is the kit, and it was indeed a new tool in 1998. Now it does say new parts in 2000. That's for this version here, which is the bulbous nose one, which is actually one of the very few major design variants of the Mosquito that I haven't built in my time, and it's because, well, because of the bulbous nose. It's ugly. So I wonder if something about that required new parts that they have then retroactively added into the 1998 one. Obviously they couldn't have released the 98 one without these parts, with these parts, if the parts hadn't been made yet. Or maybe there was some sort of malfunction with the tooling and they needed to replace it. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine at this state. And it has been available in other forms. So here's the NF2, which is of course the same basic tooling. But in common with many Tamiya kits, the releases are actually fairly limited. They will tend to just re-release the same versions rather than something like Airfix, for example, who will change the schemes included. That's just the way that they operate. Doesn't have to be a right or a wrong answer to that. That's just the way that they do it. We do also have the bomber version. So as I speculated with the nose, you can easily just tool a new nose and make the Mk.IV. But interesting to note that they're all relatively early Mosquitoes. You don't have any of the later ones, which is what Airfix do in 1/72. In terms of price though, it's actually been a bit difficult to really find what these are worth because they tend to come and go. Sometimes they're available and I'm sure I've seen them for around the £30 mark. Other times they're not available and you can get them secondhand for either next to nothing or loads. Really, really variable. I do think that the price of £28.99 is good. Now, obviously I was paying a museum and I tend to have a better approach to spending more than I perhaps should to a museum because it's going to a good cause. If I saw this in, I don't know, something like Hobbycraft and it was 30 quid, I probably wouldn't pick it up. But given that a 72nd scale Mosquito can also be a similar sort of price, it tends, the Airfix one's £24.99. I know I keep mentioning it, but I'm mostly a 72nd scale modeler, so my default comparisons will be with 72nd stuff. But buying a 72nd Mossie at 25 quid makes this seem like a no-brainer. £29, yes, spot on for me. But of course, this is just looking inside the box, and we're only really going to know if it's good value by getting on and building it. So that is what I intend to do. A very quick note from Future Captain. There were also 2 poly caps in the bag. I completely missed them. Well, I saw them falling out. I knew that they were there, and then just completely missed them when I was looking through the pile of sprues. So you also get 2 poly caps. If you liked the video, like it. If you disliked it, dislike it. And you can even become a channel member like the people on screen. These people help fuel my kit addiction with a regular payment each month. And in reward, they will get things like little plain reaction thingies in live chats and stuff, although I don't really see people using them, but they're great, I like them, and images of what's on my desk, so they will know when this is finished, probably before anyone else, other than me. I'll know, obviously, because I'll be the one posting the pictures, but you get the idea. And let me know what you think. Is this a sort of kit that you would buy? For me, being mostly a 72nd scale modeler, the idea of a 48th kit is a bit daunting, but it has to be something that I really want to just experience in a bigger scale, and because I love this aircraft so much, and because it supported a good cause, I was very happy to pick this up, and now I have to find space for it. On that note, I have a Mosquito to build, and you probably have some more videos to watch. Thank you for watching this one, hopefully see you again another time. Goodbye.